As always, I want to start by getting a background onto the aquarium. To do this, I tape up the rim, wipe it down with isopropyl rubbing alcohol, and then apply 5 to 6 coats of paint. I check if it's finished by holding it up to a light after I've gotten all the paint on there. As long as there's no bleed through, I know I'm all good. Using root tabs for the nutrients will keep anything from seeping through the sand. It also allows you to choose where you want the nutrient. That way you can have it lined up with where you will be planting most heavily. Next, I add in some regular aquarium gravel into these same corners. This helps to prevent compaction when the sand is fully covering all of the roots of the aquarium plants. Once I have the base layer of sand in, I start adding in the hardscape. I'm just using some smaller pieces of Sari stone in this one, building up in both of the corners so I have room for the planting. Once the walls are completed, I start adding in some spiderwood. This is a great choice to add in more detail as well as bring in more height into the aquarium. Once I have the design completed, I start securing everything using liquid cyanoacrylate superglue gel as well as some loose cotton. Once all the glue is dried, I add in a few more stones for detail. Then I add in some more root tabs, gravel, and then sand to build up more height behind the retaining walls. And finally, I add in some more sand into the foreground as well as the last couple of detail stones. And once all of the hardscape is finished, I begin work on the planting, starting with the epiphytes. I use a cyanoacrylate superglue again, but this time in gel form to secure everything. In this aquarium, I'm only using 2 varieties of Anubias, one being Anubias nanapaxang and the other one being Anubias congensis mini. If you're enjoying the video so far, please do like and subscribe. When I'm planting epiphyte plants, I always make sure to pay attention to the direction as well as where I'm planting them so it can look as natural as possible. With all of the epiphyte plants in, I start transitioning into the background plants. For the background, I'm using S. repens. This plant will grow relatively short, but also very bushy, so it'll keep the left side looking very nice. I fill up the aquarium 3/4 of the way so that when I'm planting the stem plants, they all float in the water as opposed to lying flat. And speaking of stem plants, on this right side I'm planting different bunches of mixed needle-leaf Ludwigia as well as sawtooth hygro. I grew these in different aquariums, so they're already fully acclimated to being aquatic and will also bring over a good amount of beneficial bacteria into this new setup. Once the planting is complete, I drain out some more of the water so that I can get it moved onto my aquarium rack. Once the aquarium is full, I add on the light and I get it plugged in. And lastly, I add some floating plants in to help with excess nutrient absorption. If you've enjoyed today's video, please do like and subscribe, and I will see everybody in the next one.